Hello, testing. Okay, it's working. Welcome to the stream number 20, actually, the 20th stream. It's crazy how fast the time went. How fast time passed. I'm already on my 20th stream. Yeah, that's fun actually. There'll probably be like 23 streams, I believe. I could make one last stream to finish on 24. But I don't know, maybe 25. I don't know what I'll do, how I'll do it. Okay, because October is actually pretty close to ending right now. So yeah, that's kind of sad. Okay, apparently my internet is very unstable, and that sucks a lot. Like, a lot. Okay, let's do this then. Today music is TUNIC soundtrack, because I felt like listening to it today. Actually, right now, I was just thinking about stuff for Stone Souls. Remember Stone Souls, that one game that I talk about a lot, but never showed you anything about it? Yeah, I was thinking about like rewriting some aspects of its story. I believe that Stone Souls is the first game that I ever created with lore, like really, really big lore, with many different stories that connect into one in the end. Like, there's a story of the protagonist, there's a story of the world and everything, and a lot of stuff, and some cosmic horror as well, like a deity going mad and ghosts in the main place of the game. Yeah, but that's for another day actually. Okay, what I got done yesterday. Okay, what yesterday I pretty much worked a little bit on the walls. I finished the. Is everything alright? Yeah, okay, my internet is just so unstable. I don't know what to do about it. I'll just hope that it do not fall. But if I stop talking or if the stream just die, there's a reason for that, okay? Sorry, but unfortunately I cannot do anything about it. Okay, yesterday. Yesterday I finished the coffee machine menu and started reworking on the customer sprite, okay? Because I wanted to change the customers. I believe, like, I, I genuinely think that they are very tiny. Like, the whole scale of the game is so big, and I always imagine them, like, at least bigger than the character that they made, but they are smaller than they made, and then I decided to make them a little bit chunker, like, chunky. Give them some mass. Yeah, so, no, not that one. Oh yeah, so this is the comparison, right? Between the two models actually. Yesterday I just did this one here. I just made this model. This is fun, right? Like, I really think it's a lot better. I don't know if better is the word. That's because we are already very used to this one. But this one is very cute as well. I think that I'm going to change the canvas size a little bit. Like, let me see. There to be more, like 48 plus to each side, then it would be 96 per 96. Canvas, edit sprite, canvas size, 96 per 96. I could actually just... This one is 64 per 64, right? 64 and 64. I believe that I'm going to change it to 64 and 64. Canvas size, 64 and 64. You know, I really love Sprite. Like, really, Sprite is such an amazing software. You are able to just change the entire canvas size very quickly. I really like it. I really like Sprite. It's crazy good. Okay. So now let me work on the... Let me just check one thing real quickly. Okay. Now let me work on the... idle animation for the chunker version of the customer, actually. I don't know if I... Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. No, but then I'll have to do this, right? Unless I don't do it. This is the kind of detail that is very hard to get right. Sorry, but my throat is not good today again. Like, what can I do about it, dude? I have to live stream, but my throat is just not letting me. It's so annoying. Okay. I don't know if I leave this like this. Or put some more pixels there. No, I believe that I'm going to leave it simpler, just like this. Oh yeah. Okay. Now let me just delete everything. The mane, the face, and the ear. So I have to do it a lot. More specifically, 41 times. Yeah. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I know what I'm going to do. Okay, hold on for a second. Customer model. Let's rename it to old. Customer model old. And this one will be the new. Okay. So let me just switch it all back to this state here. And let me just remove the main and the face and everything. And let me just get this one here, the transformation one. No, not the frame, not the frame. Dude, I don't want the frame. I just want this one specific thing. Okay. Transformation. And transformation again. Oh yeah. Okay, and now, what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to save this one as model old, and then I'm going to like remove it all until I reach this state here. And from this guy here, I'm going to create another one. No, not even going to create another one. I'm just going to delete all the frames. Because I already have the layers and everything here. Sorry. And I believe that I'm going to even like delete the tag. I'll add it later again. Okay, the reference one, I don't need it anymore. I just need claws, main, face, ears, and clothing. Right, that's it. Why claws? Claws for the aberration form, right? And now, what I'm going to do is change to the main sprite. That same thing that you already saw me doing, 64 and 64, okay? That's it. And now, I'm going to save this one as customer model. But not old, the new one, right? Now I can open the old one to use it as reference to the frames. You know, isn't it great? Like having two different files for the same thing. Now I can do it a little bit better, more organized, you know, with more certainty about what I'm doing. Okay, so this one is just move one downwards, and then take this one and move the entire body one downwards. That's the thing, it changes like the body height, right? It just like consumes parts of the leg. Actually, that may not be a problem, to be honest. Let me try just copying and pasting the other animation. Okay, this is fine, ears and face, but I was meaning to change this one here. One, two, three. Okay. I'm stupid. And I just moves the entire body one pixel downwards. I forgot how to do my own animations. Like I. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then right here is 1, 2. Oh yeah. This is it. And I can take one of these. No, actually, you know what? Let me take another one of these and just place the head one upwards. You know, creating animations for games specifically is kind of tricky because look at what I'm about to do right now. Okay, I'm literally just like extending the neck. It looks kind of weird because the neck is now 1 pixel like taller, but in game it's not noticeable. It's just absolutely not noticeable. And this is actually kind of interesting. Okay, the main, the face, and the ears. Okay, main, let me just fix the legs very quickly. Oh yeah, and this is the idle animation. I really like this idle animation. I really think like it's very good. Okay, so let me just create it. Oh no. Just idle. Frame 6. Now let's save this model, okay? This was actually the easiest animation of them all. Now the real hard part starts. Okay, I just had to cough again. It's very annoying. Oh yeah, one thing that I'm thinking about is actually changing the colors of the eyes. But this blue kind of fits so nicely with the bear. Let me experiment a little bit. Now this purple I believe is going to be really cool. I don't know who. The yellow is going to be the fox. Definitely the yellow is going to be the fox. Because yeah, there will be many different animals, right? Oh, the purple could be for the deer. That's fun. Okay, let me just test some stuff very quickly. This green, I would love to use this green for eye color, but it's not a very good eye color. This blue, it's so beautiful in the bear, like all the color combinations is just so good. But I already used the blue eye color for the main character. I don't want to use like... Then this green kind of works, not as much as I thought it would actually. Yeah, I don't want to use the exact same color for the eyes of different characters, you know. I believe that I'm going to leave the greenish here, because it's just like I'm already used to it, you know. And I feel like it looks good. The only problem with this green in specific, compared to the other colors, okay, is the contrast. Like really, the contrast of this color is a lot like lower than the contrast of the other colors, right? And that's because I believe at least that it's not a green nor a blue. It's actually in the middle term, you know, in the middle of the way between a green and a blue, and it kind of gives that, I don't know, low contrast vibe, you know. I don't know how to explain it. But look, okay, it's very hard to see the shadow from far away, like the difference in color, and that's actually 2 tones. If it would only be 1 tone, it's pretty much impossible to see. But if I take for an example, this color here that has high contrast, only 1 tone is already noticeable. 2 tones is crazy, you see? Oh yeah, so this color, I don't know exactly what causes it. Maybe it's because it's a warm color, because cold color, that's something that I noticed. Some cold colors have less contrast than warmer colors. For an example, this red here have lots of contrast. This blue, kinda not as much. This green does not have any contrast at all. And yeah, like, it's kind of tricky, you know, to use all these different colors. But this is just impression, actually, because the values are like the exact same between one and another, okay? Like the difference in hue, saturation, and everything from this color here to this here, and from this here to this here are the exact same, are exactly the same, right? So it's just visual impression. It's just like a visual problem, you know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's how I like see this color, because that's a big problem. Not just the monitor, but the people's eyes. Like everyone sees color in a different way than anyone else, you know. Like this green for me is not exactly the same green for you, you know. It may be different, and color is something very hard to distinguish between who's right and who's wrong, because apparently there's no right or wrong. It's just what what our brains interpret of the interpretation of the world, actually. So the real colors of this stuff, the real colors, we cannot see. We don't see the real colors. So that's kind of tricky, you know, messing with colors is very, very hard. And maybe this green is just low, not saturation, but in contrast. For me, maybe for you, it's a very good color. It's like, has lots of contrast. And maybe your monitor has more contrast, because I lowered the contrast of mine a lot. As with the saturation and messed with the colors, I already told you how I don't like gamer stuff. Probably not, but that's a good story. Because I bought a new computer almost 2.5 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago. Or 2.5 years ago. That's better. 2.5 years ago. No. 2.5 years ago, that's it. Okay, I bought a new computer, right? And I retired my 10-year-old laptop to get a gamer laptop, right? And I'm completely satisfied with it. This computer is amazing. It's like all that I ever wanted. And I kind of searched a lot before buying, you know, I really wanted to buy one that I was sure that would be a good deal. But there's one thing that bothers me. The colors. I spent over 2 weeks without using my computer, every day, all day long, for 2 weeks, just messing with the colors of the monitor. Just to get it right. Because the colors were so broken, and the reason for that is because this laptop is a gamer laptop. It's not a laptop for work, so, oh, shame on you, you want to use it on art. You know, you gotta use the colors of a game laptop, you know, because this is for gamers, people that like very high contrast stuff and the red that literally hurts your eyes. That's crazy, you know. And I changed it a lot. And then one day Windows simply decided, no, I'm not going to save your color combination. Now it's like resetted. Oh yeah, the Windows resetted my color like configurations, and I had to do it all again for 1 week because I already kinda knew what I was doing. I learned a lot from colors that time, but I'm not proud of that. Like, I'm really not proud of that. That was not good, okay? And now my computer, my monitor, my screen monitor for the computer is actually very high on blue to counter a little bit of the red. I tried a lot of combinations, even the green, like moving the green up and down, but I decided that the blue needed to be like at least 1000% more noticeable to have a good colors, okay? So now it don't hurt my eyes when I look at it. Literally, it was causing me headaches, the original configuration, and I cannot work on art with broken colors like those. The tablet, in the other hand, actually, came with a little bit greener colors. I just adjusted it a little bit to have a tone that better synchronizes with my main screen, right, my main monitor. They are not the same colors, right? The way that I see colors in my tablet and in my screen are a little bit different. But generally, I'm already used to it, and I already know how to counter that. Like, unconsciously, of course. So, yeah, I'm really satisfied with it. Okay, so this foot. Oh, no, not on face. It moves 2 pixels upwards. Yeah, it moves 2 pixels. 2 pixels. 2 pixels. That's it, that's it. Perfectly not, like, perfect. And I'm pissed right now. You know why? My internet just fell again. Like, what can I do about it? Dude, I don't know what to do about it. This is crazy. It's been like this for the entire month of October, like... I really don't like when stuff don't work the way that they should, you know? I believe that everyone's like me, but... I believe that nobody... Okay. I believe that nobody likes when stuff don't work. Let me see, is this alright? Like... Oh yeah, that's right, okay. That's alright. So I had to do something like this? No, something like this. Yeah, this seems right. 2, 3... 3... Oh yeah, this seems right. That's because the body moves downwards by 1, you know? Oh yeah. And now... this one moves 2. And this one moves 2 as well. Fairly easy. Okay, this is looking kind of silly, but... And now it's this mess here. What happened here? Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, so this one... Let me create another layer. Just to place this one here. And the other one is actually 1, 2, 3. 3. Yeah, it's 3. 1, 2... Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now... I have to just, like... have it all like this, I believe. And that's how I gotta do it. Yeah, that's how I gotta do it. Okay, and then this one just touches the ground. And then this one just touches the ground, and these ones just completely disappear. And now I can just not flatten, merge. Merge down. Okay. This is good. This is good. And now it has all of this like this. Is it right? Yeah, I really think that this is right. Yeah, it looks quite right. Okay, and now the head moves. Now I want to see the head movement. It's 1. Okay. Layer 1. What have I done? What have I done? I merged the wrong layers. No, I want to merge these two here. Now let's redo it. Okay, but this is fine. Okay, it works. It works. Okay, and now let me just save. All right. Well, let me just create a tag right now for the walking, and I want the values. Thank you, sprite. Walking. Okay. Oh yeah, so this is actually a lot better than having just like it spawn out of nowhere, you know? Okay, now it's a lot better without that one pixel there, I believe at least. Now let me just move this one down by one again. Alright. This seems alright. And now to the arms motion. Just have to stretch a little bit because it's kind of bad, you know? I really need a new chair. My chair is just hurting my back so much. But unfortunately, I only have a space of 2 hands. I know that's not a good, like, measurement, but I only have 2 hands from... how can I call it? Oh yeah, from one thumb to another. Like, if you place your 2 hands touching your pinky on your table, and your 2 thumbs, my hands cannot be very open. That's the space that I have for a new chair. That's going to be very hard to find a comfy chair that fits this space. The chair that I'm using right now is just a normal office chair, and that hurts my back. Like, it would be fine if the back part was not, like, broken, and I cannot, like, lean too much. That's very bad. This is why my back hurts. Okay, now for the... Now for the arms. Okay, so the first step is actually making the arms just like... move like this. Couldn't you just like... Could actually just do this. And then when it moves down, everything moves down except for this part here that stays up. And then it's normal. The next one, this part here just moves to the inside. Okay, like this. And then the next one, it just moves down a little bit. Yeah, I still want to leave this two there. I really like these flappy arms, you know. I really find it really funny, really cute. It's just so cute. But these arms are actually going to be for the female version, right? I'm going to change the male version to move like one arm at a time, and the female version will move both arms at a time. Why? Just because I find it fun. Just because I find it kind of cute, you know? Oh yeah. But yeah, for now the animations are looking great. The one thing that I would change, probably. I would already take one of these. Yeah, I think it polished a lot. Oh yeah, this one looks a little bit more stiff. But I think it kind of works the same way. I'm still not sure which one is better. No, yeah, I'm thinking like this one is better. If I just do this. Then it has like this thingy here. No, I think this one is a lot better. Okay, so this one is the way to go. Okay. I'm really satisfied with it. And this customer model is... It doesn't seem like it, but it's actually a lot bigger than the first one. A lot like... Oh yeah, now there is the sitting animation. Okay, so this one here. So it's like here, wasn't it? Yes. So just one up and two to the side. Okay, so one up, two, three to the side. Okay. So it's... Let me just delete the legs. One up. Okay, let me do it again. One up, one, two, three. And now I suppose it's the exact same thing with the other one. One up and one, two, three. Yeah, that's it. So one up, one, two, three. And now I have to make it. I believe that something like this maybe? Yeah, something like this might work. Oh, it's actually one down as well. Okay. This was kind of unexpected. Alright, something like this. This is the sitting animation. I could make it idle as well. I believe that's what I'm going to do right now. Just like that same very simple idle animation. But I remember this was a actual problem. One, two. Okay, so one. And two. Now it's just the body, right? No, I really don't know how I can do this. Sorry. Hmm. Hmm. $18. Oh yeah, this looks very weird. I feel like for now I'll just leave him without a sitting animation, without a proper sitting animation, just like let him be like this. And now comes the next step, which is the dying animation that I made recently and did not and have yet to implement into the game actually. It's crazy how I've been streaming for almost an hour and I really need to stretch a little bit. I really need to stretch a little bit. Okay, I'm just taking a little break, you know. I'll come back really soon to work on this guy. My lips are bleeding. That's a strange detail, but when I get too much, like when I get too much concentrated, like too concentrated actually into doing something, I tend to bite them, and now they're bleeding and hurting a little bit. That's unfortunate. yesterday I actually went out of my home. That's very crazy. It's very strange way of saying that, but I was like hanging out with my brother in the city, and then we went to the cemetery. And the cemetery has like those exercise stuff, right on front of it. So we did not even enter the cemetery, just stood there. We always do that. And then we started exercising a little bit. And then I made some pull-ups. He can do like 15 pull-ups in like one go. That's kind of crazy. And I can only, my record is actually 8. I can only do 8 pull-ups in one go. Yesterday, I don't remember if I actually made 7 or 8. Usually I make 6. But yesterday I managed to do a little bit more because it's been a while since I don't do that, And it's all about letting your body rest and practicing a lot. So yeah, that was very satisfying, And it was raining. We actually went home like all soaked in rain. But that's fine, that was really fun. It's this kind of stuff that if you don't bother about catching rain or stuff like that, this truly is really good. It was so fun. Today I'm going to stay at home, probably work a little bit on the house, have some stuff that I have to do, like cleaning and some other chores that I always have to do. Then I'll probably work more on Smack. Because yesterday, actually, something very interesting happened. And I'm really thinking about posting it on Blue Sky. Something about it on Blue Sky. And that was crazy, okay? So I was just messing with Smack. I don't know if I catched it on stream or not. I think it was later. I was just messing with Smack right after the stream, I believe. I was just like playing a little bit and I summoned like 4 customers. Oh, sorry, I'm just cracking my fingers. And I know it's not all that healthy, but I like to do it anyway. Like, really, I don't care. At this point, I really don't care. Okay, but as I was talking, I started like playing a little bit of Smack, just letting the customers in and serving them food and everything. And I summoned 4 different customers, okay. The first one, I served, and it went away. The second one, same thing. The third one, I served, and went to the kitchen to get the food for the 4th one. But when I exited the kitchen, it transformed and attacked me. It really do nothing in the game, but it truly scared me. Like, I was kinda jump scared by my own game, just because I did not notice that one customer went to the bathroom, not to the exit. I thought that it would be really obvious when a customer is an anomaly, like a aberration, right, a monster. But it's not. It's very easy to miss them. Of course, the visual ones are easier to notice, like the naked one is really, really simple to notice. Very easy. But the comportamental ones, like the ones about behavior, that the behavior changes, not something visual. That's what really catches us, That's what really catches the player. and I was really surprised that it got me. Like, it was the game telling me to... It's working, okay? The concepts of the anomalies are working, okay? You know that I'm not a very attention person. Like, I don't have much attention. I cannot focus for too long. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. Actually, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was a child. But it was kinda a meh. Like, I don't even know how to call it. But yeah, it was not like all that serious, and I did not make like tons of exams. I just went to a doctor and he said, yeah, your behavior looks like you have ADHD, and yeah, that's fine. And that may be it, you know? Like, I was not paying attention at all. I was not focused on the game. Maybe if you're actually really focused on noticing who's anomaly and who's not, maybe that can catch you. Maybe that can't catch you, actually. You'll not be able to feel that. But it was fun, you know? It was very, very fun to see my game kind of giving me a scare. It was not scary. It was amazing. I just felt complete for a second, you know? I felt like, okay, it's working, and this idea is a good idea, okay? And as far as I can tell, a lot of people that interacted a little bit with Smack in general, both in live streams, like here, for example, that one live stream that Aaron came, you know, and commented and chatted a little bit. And there's another very interesting thing about that one live stream that I really want to talk about. The other thing is that, what I was talking about earlier, is that everyone that had some contact with Smack really liked it for now. Like, oh yeah, the sprites are really good, oh yeah, the visuals are good, oh yeah, you're improving the game. Like, they don't even know what this game is about, but they told me that it's good, and I'm feeling like really motivated by that. You know, it's very hard to get motivated when people don't give value to what you're doing, and it's very hard for you to give value to what you're doing if people don't do that as well. So I feel like this kind of attention is very important to me, at least at the moment, because I was not very happy with the direction that Smack was going, actually. But now I got everything back together, I believe. Game development is about it, okay? It happens all the time. You just lost control. You just lose control of a lot of stuff, and then suddenly you come back to yourself and regain control of everything. Not everything, but regain some control, at least. The controls on stuff that you can have control about, you know? Like, for example, the sprites of the customers, the sprites of the walls, of the cafeteria, the game mechanics, and everything like that. That's it. You know, that's it. And I'm very happy about it right now, okay? I'm very excited to finish the new customers. I'm just procrastinating a little, because... You know what? I recently just woke up, and this always happens in my live streams. I just stream right when I wake up. One good exercise that I really want to try is playing some video game at this moment. Like at this time, you know. I want to play something someday. All morning. All the way through the morning, you know. And I actually make the mistake of not exercising in the morning. I actually just exercise in the afternoon, which is kind of bad. It would be better if I woke up and instantly exercise. But yeah. And I'm especially tired today because yesterday I went to sleep 1 a.m. and I woke up 7 a.m. Something like that. Yeah, this is... Oh yeah, so saying that I just woke up is actually a lie, because it's been a while right now. It's been 1 hour that I'm been streaming alone, okay? 1 hour of stream, just... yeah. It's already time enough to say that I did not wake up, like... to... like... how can I say that? I don't know, but I hope you got it, okay? Sorry, my English is especially bad. I have days where I can speak a lot of it and have no problems with it at all. Other days, my brain just can't function correctly and just don't, like, speak the correct way. I miss words, I actually use verbs in the wrong time? In Portuguese, we call it, like, conjugar verbos. We, like... it's... like, the way that we call the verbs in the time, you know, time related. Like in the past, in the future, in the present, stuff like that. I always, like, speak it wrong, you know? And I always have to repeat myself to correct myself a lot of times. Like, it happens a lot. It's something that I have to lose, you know? It's something that I have to not do. Yeah, sorry. And believe it or not, but people consider my English good. This is crazy, you know? But yeah, at least I can read and listen to English without any problem. Like, understanding pretty much everything. When I say pretty much, is because sometimes a word that I don't know or something like that appears, you know? But generally, I can understand it all. But speaking is another issue, it's another medium, you know? Like, you can understand how to read, how to write, how to... And actually, in writing, I'm very bad, okay? So, if I have to listen someone in English, I'm kinda good at that. If I have to read something in English, I'm not as good as listening, but I'm kinda good at that. If I have to write, I'm not as good as... listening, of course, and writing. Like, if I had to write, I'm not as good as listening and reading. But I cannot say that I'm good at that, because my English writing is so bad. It's so, like, strange. I don't know. I think I need to practice more. And then, there's my English speaking, which is what you're hearing right now. It's not very good, and it's kind of broken. A lot broken, actually. But I hope you can understand it. How did I hope that you can understand it? But you know what? I think a broken English kind of gives a little bit of charm. I'm not a very charismatic person. You can see that I can be very annoying, like a lot of times. But yeah, having a broken English may cause some hilarious moments in the future. I don't know if I already did. I believe it did. It did, actually. I had some laughs about my broken English in the past. But yeah. So if I had to put, like, in a tier list of what I'm the best at and what I'm the worst at related to English, from listening to talking, to speaking, I would put that I'm really good at listening, I'm kind of good at reading, I'm medium in writing, and I'm bad at talking, at speaking, okay? I always say talking instead of speaking, this is the kind of stuff that I have to practice more, you know? Using the correct words, because in Portuguese, we don't have a difference between talking and speaking. In Portuguese, it's just the same word. It's like falando ou conversando. Not to think about it, there's actually two words, but they have pretty much the same meaning, I believe. Like, yeah, talking and speaking are different stuff, are different, because talking is actually, conversando is when two people are talking to each other, right? So I'm talking to you. But then, speaking is when people are just talking to themselves, are just like saying words, but then they're saying. You see, it's kind of complex, it's kind of confusing, and when I made that translation from Portuguese to English, it kind of misses some steps, you know? It kind of misses the word that I was actually searching for, and it actually says a different word that can be understandable. That's the point, okay? You can understand it when I say talk instead of speak, but it's wrong. Generally, it's not wrong, but it's strange, you know? It would be better if I talked like, if I said speak instead of talk at that context. So this kind of stuff is actually kind of annoying. It's one of my biggest problems with English, is like finding the correct word to form a good sentence, to explain what I'm thinking, you know? Pronunciation is very hard as well. I'm not good at that. But the thing is, I'm not good at pronunciation with Portuguese as well. So at that, I'm like lost. I'm a lost cause, you know? And then we have the like other issues about the rules of English, you know, the simple rules, you know. It's kind of strange because I know them, but it's very hard to use them on the run, you know, like when you're talking. When you're actually writing, it's easier because you can just reread what you're writing and actually get tips on the internet on how to write it correctly and everything. I'm not talking about ChatGPT, but it can also help you if you want to use that. I'm talking about like Google Translate to find words, or dictionaries, stuff like that, you know? And even Google Translate is not the best one out there. Then you can publish the text, you can just send the text that you just wrote, you know? It may take some time. I usually spend like half an hour to a whole hour just to write a sentence in English, just because I keep checking if my spelling is correct, if the words are written correctly. I'm trying to be more unhinged about that, because I noticed that pretty much no one's do that. So I'll try to be more informal in that context, you know, that in that way. I'll try to be more unhinged about it. Like, just, yeah, if it's spelled wrong, what's the problem about it, you know? Like, people understand it anyways, so it doesn't matter. In the end, it really does not matter. But I'm kind of a perfectionist, so committing this kind of mistake kind of hurts my brain and a little bit of my heart, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I don't want to commit mistakes. I don't want to make mistakes, actually, but I have to do it. And okay, hello? Is everything okay? Let me just check it very quickly. Okay, it's working. My OBS crashed. that's very stupid. Okay, my computer just froze, and then my OBS just crashed. It already happened once. If you watch the stream 6, if I'm not mistaken, this 6th stream. Stream number 6, it has 2 parts, part 1 and part 2. That's because this happened at that. I don't remember if 6, if like it's actually stream 6 or another stream. I have in my head that it's stream 6, but maybe other. But you can see that it has part 1 and part 2. So, yeah. It almost happened with this one. Okay. Luckily, YouTube did not like shut down my stream, because the crash was very fast. It was very quick. But usually this actually break more stuff. Let me just check if nothing else is broken. Okay, it usually just breaks a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, but I guess today I'm fine. Everything is working correctly. Okay. My internet falling, my OBS crashing. Is like the world is telling me not to live stream. But okay, I was talking before, okay, earlier. A big part of streaming to me was losing that shame of committing mistakes, of making mistakes, you know? The shame of making mistakes. I had to lose it a lot, especially by speaking. One good exercise for it was actually the videos that I recorded for Marimoth, Soulslinger, and Forest of Strays. And if you want to know more about those games, and more about me in general, go check those videos. They're amazing, okay? I really like them. They're very long, but I really like them. There's a lot of information, interesting info there about my games, you know? My favorite one is actually the Forest of Strays one. But, yeah. So, if you search in my channel, you can actually see my videos, and I have released a devlog for Tassogare, right? A game that I'll come back to work on it, actually. I can say very soon, but I cannot promise it. I'm first going to finish Smack, then I'm going to work on another game, or maybe Tassogare, I don't know. I don't know when I'll work on Tassogare, but I'll come back to it eventually. Because I really think it's going to be a really good game. And I think Smack is actually going to serve as a training experiment for Tassogare, actually. Oh yeah, but you can see that that video is actually just 3 minutes. You know how much time I spent working on that video? A whole week. I worked on that video for a whole week. Just because I was shameful of actually committing mistakes, of actually making mistakes, and then I just had to read and read and read and then speak. I had a whole script made just for those 3 minutes. This is why it feels like I'm reading, because I'm reading at that video. But then, I could not do that for Marimoth or Soulslinger or Forest of Strays. Like, those videos are like over an hour. If for 3 minutes I spent a whole week, what would be of me if I spend like the same amount of time but in like 1 hour videos? Okay, so it was pretty much impossible, so I had to lose that shame of making mistakes. You know, I had to lose that, and you know what? If I speak something wrong, if I make some mistakes, if I cough in the stream, if I do that stuff, who cares? Really, who cares? You know? And that's the magic about it. You feel a lot free when you think that nobody cares. And really, no one cares. Actually, at the moment, it's just me in the stream. As far as I can see. Like, as far as I know, I'm the only one watching the stream. So this is literally the nobody cares. You know, no one cares. No one cares about it. Really. It's just, this kind of perfectionism is kind of sickening, you know, another reason, another reason is a good word for that. In the meaning that it can rot you from the inside out, you know? Like, this kind of perfectionism is what makes me want to give up on my games, is what makes me want to not do stuff. This kind of perfectionism gives me fear of working on something that I'm liking, with the fear of messing it up, of making mistakes. I felt that a lot more in the past, but I still fear it today. Like, I have something that I really like for an example, a drawing, okay? I sketched something that I really liked. I really liked the sketch. I'm probably not going to finish that drawing because I'm afraid that I'm going to waste that good sketch, you know, in a poorly painted illustration. So this is why I almost never finish illustrations as well. So I have to learn how to break that perfectionism. And if I make something that's not good looking, if I make something that is not perfect, if I make something that has mistakes and problems in it, who cares? Well, in games, I'm going to receive some negative reviews on Steam, but who cares? Who cares about those people's opinions as well? If they're not constructive criticism, why should I read them? Why should I care about them? If the person that wrote that don't even care about the game, why should I care about their opinion if they don't care about me? You know? Something like that. Because if they truly cared, they're going to put some constructive criticism, right? There's one huge negative review on Soulslinger, right? That has some constructive criticism. There's some stuff on that review that I obviously do not agree with, but I was not as sad when I got that review, because I kind of agree with some of that, and actually that helped me to upgrade Soulslinger a little bit more to make it a better game on the updates, right? With the update that I released earlier this year. So constructive criticism actually helps. When constructive criticism comes in a positive review, it's a lot better, of course, because I feel more motivated to work, because, oh yeah, this person liked this game, this person really cares, but it feels like this could be done a little bit better, then I'm going to have a reason to do that. When it's just negative, I know that that person will not change their opinion if I change that. Like, that person will not change the negative review to something else if I address those issues. Most likely. It almost never happens. And even when they say they will do that, they don't agree the way that it was done. Because game development is a lot about the developer than the community. Okay, like, at least on the first steps, okay? Yeah, the community can say opinions, can, like, have their own opinions and talk about it and explain what they want for the game. But in the end, it's in the developer hands to decide what to do or not to do, what to add or remove, what to change, what to fix and what to not fix. It's in the hands of the developer. The developer have the last word, always. And this can bring some problems, you know, because I already received some ideas that are not bad ideas, they are very good ideas about my games, okay? And I don't feel like they actually fit in the game. They don't fit in the vision that I have for that game. Because in the end, games are just art. Like, of course, I love to receive feedback. That actually helps me a lot, but what I want people to know is that don't feel sad if I don't add your idea to my game, okay? Because I have my own vision of my own game, so your idea might be really good, but not from my vision. That's something? Okay, for an example. One good example is Risk of Rain 2 and the Sniper Survivor, okay? This is something that I kinda was broken, like my heart broke a little bit about it, because I was very frustrated because I really wanted to play a sniper in Risk of Rain 2, but the character never came, you know? And then one day, they implemented Railgunner, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's the sniper, but it was a bittersweet solution, because I wanted the classic sniper, but then I received something else that resembles it enough for it to be called the sniper, for me to be satisfied, and for that character to be my favorite one to play with. But I was not fully satisfied with it, because I really wanted the classic sniper. But since I understand the developer point of view, I know that they did not add the sniper because they think that it will not fit with the game. In my opinion, it is stupid. I really wanted the classic sniper, like why couldn't they add it into the game? I thought of a million ways of doing it. But in the end, they have their vision for the game and they know what they want to add or not. And I cannot blame them for that, because I got in some degree in that same situation, you know? When people ask me to do something, but I feel like that would not work with the game. One good example is actually checkpoints in Mario Moth. Mario Moth already has checkpoints, but at a cost of orbs that you only get by defeating bosses. If you lost in the first stages, what's the point of getting a checkpoint? You already lost in the first stages. Like, you're not going to get all that far. You have to practice more, you have to play more, and you're not like in a long run if you died in the first stages. So that's why the first boss only drops 3 orbs and you have 5, and you need 5 to actually continue playing, to have a checkpoint. The only way that you can get a checkpoint is actually past the first boss, right? Because the first boss will not give you enough orbs, but you can get orbs by collecting coins. So you can indeed have like, and if you defeat the second boss, without collecting enough coins, you can already have like 6 orbs if you collected them all. So 6 orbs is already enough for 1 resurrection, for 1 Konyu, right? And then you have 1 orb left, right? So, and the max number of orbs that you can carry is actually 9, it's not 10. To force you to only have 1 checkpoint per run, you know, per time, you know, you cannot have like 2 chances stored, you know, like 3 chances, the one that you're using right now, and 2 Konyus. No, you only have 1 Konyu, because if you use that Konyu, you only have 4 orbs left. And even if you collect like 10, 11 orbs, the game will actually limit your number of orbs to 9. To actually not let you have more Konyus stored, you know, to store like checkpoints, you know. So you can only have 1 checkpoint at a specific moment in time. Of course, you can have more checkpoints, you can like use more checkpoints during the run if you collect more orbs. Like if you use the checkpoint and then collect more orbs to have more 5 orbs, and then to have 5 orbs again, and then use it again and collect orbs and use it again. So I believe that the checkpoint system on Mario Moth is very fair, and it's very interesting. It's one of my favorite things about Mario Moth is the way that the checkpoints work. But people actually came to me and said that, actually a person came to me and said, okay, add checkpoints. When will you add checkpoints? This game is not fun when you don't have checkpoints. The person did not say that, but that's what I interpreted of it. Like, it was very more chill and constructive, actually. And I'm very thankful for that. And I considered, for a moment, adding checkpoints to Mario Moth. Like I did with Soulslinger, you know, add an option that you can just checkpoint, but that will lose the entire meaning of the game. Like, the idea of Mario Moth is to be a arcade game, a hard game, you know, that's the idea of Mario Moth, is to be a retro arcade game, that those games that you would play on, in Portuguese we call them fliperamas, but arcades, yeah, arcades, that's the name actually, arcades, when you play on arcades, and use the coins and stuff like that, like, those games that when you die you have to start all over again, you have to put another coin to continue playing, unless you have 5 orbs. That's the idea of Mario Moth, is, you know, to have a retro arcade game, not a casual game. Mario Moth is a shoot 'em up. It's supposed to be hard. So maybe sometimes people will want something from your game that you don't want to deliver because you don't feel like it fits with the vision that you have of it. So this is why the community has to understand that sometimes their ideas might be applicable and might be very good and actually help the game to grow, which is the majority of time. But they have to understand that sometimes those opinions do not fit with the developer's visions, okay? And that's kind of a dilemma, you know, because you may think, yeah, but the developer has a, like, owe stuff to the community, because if it wasn't for the community, their games would not be a success. That's true and false at the same time. The developer does not owe anything to the community unless the developer promised something for the people who bought the game and did not release it. It did not made it, okay? Like you put something on the store page that it's not related to the game, and then someone buy it thinking, okay, so this game is amazing, and then like, okay, this game is kind of meh. This is what people were actually saying that I did with Soulslinger on the start page. But no, the start page of Soulslinger only have stuff that the game offers. Like, there's nothing there that I did not promise anything that wasn't delivered, and that's the point, okay? The execution may be bad, but the content is there. Everything that I promised is there. I'm not trying to steal money from anyone. I'm not trying to deceive anyone. I'm just working on my games like a casual developer, and hope to make it my life someday. I'm already doing it, but I'm not gaining any money, but that's how it goes. That's the point, okay? And that's the only way I can think that the developer actually owes something to someone, is if they publish the game and place something different on start page, and the community just goes mad because, yeah, that was not what I bought. I bought this game but received this game. This is a problem. This is a scam. But, and do not confuse it with marketing, because cinematic trailers are kind of that, but at the same time are not. I'm not going too deep into that, but yeah. But in the general vision, listening to everything that your community says is usually not a good idea. Because if you just forget about the vision that you wanted for the game, you forgot about your vision of the game, your game will not be your game anymore. Look at Risk of Rain, for an example. Risk of Rain is a good example. The game was so much better in the previous days. But when community came and started saying that, oh no, we need to nerf these items, we need to nerf these characters, we need to make this game harder and harder and harder and harder and just harder for the hardcore players, they kinda leaned too much towards that and forgot about the casual players. What's the point of the Risk of Rain? I don't know what's the developer vision, but in my opinion, Risk of Rain is a game about power creep. It's a game about getting stronger and stronger and stronger and breaking the game. Not having something instant kills you, not having an enemy that do not die for a specific kind of damage. I want to kill everything in one shot. I want the enemies to explode when I look at them. That's what I want. That's the point, that's the fun of Risk of Rain. But people kind of forgot that. People kind of lost that. And it kind of helps, and it kind of helped. It kind of happens with Minecraft as well. What's the point of Minecraft? Building, right? It's a game about building. If it wasn't for the building, the game would not be anything. Like, it would be fun and all, but it wouldn't be Minecraft, you know, if it wasn't for the Minecraft. But what people focus more? On combat. But that's not the point of the game. Like, making dungeons for combat, making stuff like that is fun and all. But they kind of forget to focus more on what makes the game unique, which is the building. So there's a lot of ideas that community give that are very good, and others that are very good but do not fit with the vision of the game. And I And that's my true vision about it, okay? That's my true opinion about it. I'm not going to add something into the game just because you thought it was a good idea. I'm going to add it into the game if I feel like it is a good idea, you know? If it fits with the vision that I have of the game. This does not include bug fixes, unless the bug is actually something fun. Like for an example, bouncing in the head of dead enemies on Forest of Strays. That was not intentional, that was actually a bug, but I decided not to fix that because people were having fun with it. My brother was having fun with it, and I was having fun with it. And I kinda leave it there and used it as a feature. So sometimes you have to filter, you know, that's the point, okay? The developer have to filter a lot of the opinion from the community and a lot of stuff. And to be honest, this is the part that I feel like almost every developer fails at. Because they think that they owe something to the community. They think like, yeah, you kinda owe because they made you money, they made you a big community, they made you successful. But at the same time, you have to think about why your vision of your game brought success. Okay? If it's only a game about community, then add what the community wants. If it's a work of art, add what you think it's going to fit. Because there are tons of different types of games, tons of different genres, tons of different scenarios and stuff like that, so it's very hard to say that do this or do not do this or do that. No. It's not as easy as that, it's not as simple as that. It can be very, very hard to filter, but depends on everyone's vision of the game, okay? Like, it depends on the developer's vision of the game and what the community wants. Of course, you cannot just say, screw the community, I'm not going to add anything that they want. Because then your game is going to die. Like, that's the thing, okay? People need to keep playing your game. Like, they need to like your game. So, this is why taking feedback from the community is so important. But at the same time, you have to filter it. Screw that guy that said the fire damage in Risk of Rain was too low. The rest of the community said, no, it's too high, but that one guy said, no, it's too low. It's too easy. And then they just increased the fire damage, and now everything's like, fire elites are so annoying. Just for context, I did not play the latest DLC because the game broke so hard that I was very... like, I felt... like, not traded, that's not the correct term for that, it's not the correct word. I felt deceived, not deceived. I felt backstabbed. Let me just search for the good word, or the correct word for that, okay? Which is... betrayed, that's the word. I felt betrayed. And to be honest, Risk of Rain kinda lost that glint that it had. So I don't even care about Risk of Rain anymore. But when I cared about it, I noticed some really weird decisions that the developers decided to take just because the community wanted, you know? And that's kind of a problem. You have to learn how to filter it. It ended up working? Yes, of course, but in my opinion, the game would be a lot different. But that's the thing, in my opinion. That's exactly the point of this entire conversation. It's my opinion. The devs knew what they wanted for the game, and if they wanted a really hardcore experience, then they got it. They just did that. So I cannot blame them for doing it, because that's their vision of the game. You know? And now I notice that the eyebrows are actually wrong. Yeah, no, this one has to be like this. And even though I do not have a community on my games yet, like I do not have a majorly successful game, like my games are played for like 30 people, maybe 40 people. I believe that Marimoth is my most played game. And but I already studied a lot of it. Okay, I already studied a lot of community management and stuff like that. That's kind of complex. And I don't know if my opinions on it are correct, but this is what I'm this is what I think it's like correct. It's the right thing to do. You know, it's to listen to your community always. Always listen to what they have to say, but filter what you want to really implement into the game or not implement or not change. If you're part of a community of a game, you may be really pissed at me right now hearing me say that, but if you're a developer, you probably understand what I'm talking about. We all had that friend that said, "Oh, add this, add that, add that one weapon that I had the idea to add like a giant dragon that has 10 heads in your farming simulator," something like that. You know, we always had that one friend that said those things. And they did not had to do anything. They just said to you, "Oh, use this idea, use that, put that into the game, do that, do this, do blah." And they are not the one working on the game. You just have to work for them. That's not fair. That's not how it works. You know. That's why the majority of times I actually ended up being the jerk in the vision of the majority of people because I did not like worked on what they wanted me to work. And I'm not talking about community on my games. I'm talking about drawing something in school. Like I was in school and my brother said, and my brother, not my brother, not my brother. My brother is I really put his opinions on top of everyone else's, cause yeah, and on top of mine a lot of times. But my friends actually said to me, "Oh, I'm making a RPG, right?" And then they like a real tabletop RPG, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but a little bit different, more indie, if that's the correct terminology. Like a D&D session without being D&D, you know. So they said, okay, so you can draw the designs for this stuff, you can draw the designs for that, you can draw the characters, you can draw everything, like make the game for us, you know. Or like, oh yeah, I had a good idea for a manga. Draw that manga for me. You can draw that manga. Like draw a whole comic book for me, for free. Something that I'm really not interested in doing. And a lot of people thought that oh, you were a jerk for not drawing that entire comic book for that one friend of yours. But I'm not quite sure about that, you know. I don't feel like I'm a jerk. I just feel like I respect my own time and my own work enough to not waste my time doing all that stuff. So yeah. That's why I don't work with requests anymore. Yeah, requests actually brought me a broader a broader, like a bigger audience actually, but I kinda don't like requests because people just don't understand. They see that you do one drawing for them for free and they want you to do all of them for free. You want to like they want you to be their drawing slave, you know? That's what they want. And that's very annoying. And I'm not a very sociable person. Like, for me to say something like a no or no, I will not do that is very hard. You know, I feel bad, I feel guilty about it. But at the same time, I don't regret saying no to the stuff that I said no to, you know? Yeah, of course, I lost some friends in the way, of course, I lost some stuff in the way, but generally, I think that I have to learn how to say no more times. Let me just search another word very... Okay. Now, enough talking, let's go back to work. Okay, but I hope that I did not sound like a bad person, in this conversation, right? But it's my opinion about it. Like, I have my own stuff to worry about, so I'm not going to do stuff for other people that are not interested in what I have to show them, like in my other works. Yeah, if it's a commission, I'm just showing some service. I'm just like offering my work, I'm offering something. That's why I'm going to be extremely respectful about that. But if you want something for free, like, I can sometimes accept one drawing. I can sometimes accept one request. One person will come and just ask, oh, could you draw that for me? And I'm like, yeah, I kind of could do that. And then I started doing it, and actually delivered the drawing to the person, illustration, and the person was like, "Oh, that's so cute, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it." And I never saw that person again. And I'm not saying that I don't want to see that person again. I'm just saying that they never asked me anything more. They just asked me one drawing, and that's amazing. But I already faced too many accounts, especially on DeviantArt, that asked me like, do this, okay, and then I delivered the first request, and then okay, yeah, I hope to never like receive another request from that person again. And then that person comes, okay, second request, that's fine, third request, okay, that's fine, fourth request, fifth request, and then I was like going crazy, and then like 10 people asking me requests at the same time, and I promised to deliver them in a very short amount of time, in a very short amount of time, like in a very short amount of time, like 1 week, 2 weeks per illustration. That's crazy. And then a lot of people were asking me at the same time how, like, oh, do this for me, do that for me, for free. Keep that in mind, for free. Some really weird stuff, even plus 18 stuff. Not plus 18, but plus 16 at least. I'm not going to enter in the details here, because that's not the point of this conversation, but yeah, and I was like having a mental breakdown because I wanted to work on my games, I wanted to work on my personal projects, but I couldn't because I had to work on for free for those people that just asked me to do something, and if I did not answer, they keep messaging me. If I said no, they would, why did you say no? You don't want to do that for me? Why? And then I said, no, sorry, I'm not doing it. And then they're like, oh, very sad, like, oh, I'm disappointed, oh. But sometimes you have to learn to deal with people, in this way. I'm not saying that everyone's like this. I received some requests that were like generally, like, not generally, but genuinely, truly amazing and truly fun to draw, and from amazing people, actually, people that I kind of want to talk to. So yeah, I received some requests that I'm very proud of, but there's some people out there that do not understand the concept of labor, of work. Oh, but you're just drawing a silly character. Yes, but I'm drawing a silly character. Like, this is my work, This is part of my job. What am I doing right now? What do you see on my screen? I'm drawing a silly character. You see? This is exactly the same thing. But the difference is that this silly character I'm drawing for my own personal project. I'm not drawing to someone to use for who knows what. That's a big problem. So I hope that I did not went overboard with this conversation, that you actually could understand my point of view. I just hope that you don't find me a complete jerk right now after hearing what I have to say about it all. about having a community and stuff like that. But yeah, if you create anything on the internet, you pretty much relate to me in one point or another. Like, you pretty much knows what I'm talking about. And if you're one of those person that actually likes to ask lots of requests, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I did not mean to offend you in any way. Like, really, that was not my purpose. Never was, never will be. Don't worry. But I just think that people have to understand, like, the basics. Oh yeah, let me see. Okay, so I just moved this one to the side, right? Yeah, I just moved it one to the side, not one up. Okay. One upper. 1 pixel upwards. I just moved it 1 pixel to the side. Okay, now it's better. And that's another point that another reason why I really like Rainworld, because people actually got really mad because, oh, this game is too hard, but they did nothing to change that, because that's the vision of the game, you know? That's the game that they wanted. They wanted a hard game. And not necessarily a hard game, they wanted that one game. You know? I'm not saying that you cannot add what your community wants. I'm saying that you have to filter it, okay? That's the problem here. That's the point here, okay? And I'm not saying that I will never add stuff that the community asks. No, that's probably the complete opposite. I will consider every single opinion that I receive. I will consider everything. And if I find it that it fits, I'm going to add it. So feel free to give feedback. I need that feedback and I really want that feedback. Just don't feel sad if it don't get added into the game, okay? And if you felt sad about it, you can contact me personally. And my internet just fell. Why that's happening? I'm really sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah. So, sorry if I talk too much about boring stuff, or even sound like a jerk in any way, or... Really sorry about that. That's not my intention. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to... I'm just saying that what I really think and what I see as a content creator, you know? Tell me, I made a lot of stuff in the wrong layer, didn't I? Oh yeah, but these two need to be here. No, I did not. Everything's in the right layer. That's fine. Actually a miracle, to be honest. Okay, so let me see. I changed the position of the ears. Yes, I dropped the ears 1 point downwards on the dying animation. Ears? Ears? Not ears. Ears. Oh yeah, the ear movements, right. The ear moves... Yeah, the ear moves a lot differently on the idle animations. This is something that I did not consider here. I noticed that something was missing, you know? And talking about community management and opinions and everything like that, I have lots of ideas for games that I really need your help. And when I say your help is, I really need you to play the game and give feedback, you know? I believe that Smack is already a really good example of that. Yeah, yeah, you probably know from where the song is. If you recognize it, of course. Okay. Oh no, I'm doing it in the wrong layer again. Okay, this one is in the right layer, but this one here should be in this layer here. Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry if I'm kind of annoying with my singing sometimes. I cannot even call it singing, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. No, 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 no. Don't delete the main one. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff that I want to change on the main, which is this and this here. Okay. I'm really liking. I'm really liking. Sorry, I'm really liking how this bear is looking like. I'm kind of loving it, you know. I find this guy really cute, and it's a monster. Disguised as a bear. The monster disguised as a bear. Sorry for that. Sometimes I like to make funny voices and apply some effects on my voice, but without applying effects, just with my own throat. So that may be kinda annoying sometimes, I don't know. Okay. And now I want the idle animation as well. Okay, so... Okay, now it's the transforming animation, and now this is the point where I had to make the aberration, right? So this is the normal aberration. The new aberration will be a little bit different. I may want to make this guy bigger, okay? This is why I'm actually using more space here. I have more space here because I want to make the aberration like grow in size, you know, be a giant monster. Not giant, but bigger monster. Because okay, I was thinking about some stuff, okay, related to the game. Okay, let me show you. I was thinking about size, okay, scale of stuff. For an example, this is the new customer, okay? This is the new version of the customer. You can see that it's already bigger than the player. This is what I want. The customer that's coming is actually smaller than the player. This is not what I want. Oh, and it's a aberration, by the way. Perfect to show you. Yeah, let me just show you before I transform that guy there. The new menu is working. Oh yeah, this new menu is just so cute. I even made a post on Blue Sky about it. So follow me on Blue Sky if you want to see more. Or just watch my live streams, because I show you a lot more here than I could ever on Blue Sky. Oh yeah, but my point is, okay? Look at this guy here, okay? It's not only bugged. It's tiny. This brother is so tiny. while this guy is huge. And imagine if this guy transformed into an even bigger monster. That's going to be a lot scarier and a lot more interesting to shoot with your gun. Because if you have a shotgun, you have to shoot on big stuff. You have to shoot on real monsters, you know? And I believe that this guy, even though it's a lot scary, it's not big enough. It's tiny. It's a tiny guy, you know? It's not like a huge monster. So this is something that I'm kind of considering, you know? Yeah, sorry about that. I just flashed the cover for a while, for a little bit. Okay, just wanted to change to a sprite again. Okay. Now would be making the creature, right? The monster, I would take a break and do it on stream. But I'm kinda tired of talking, I really talked a lot earlier. And I want to eat something before. And I feel like that may take some time. So I think I'll wrap today's stream up here. Again, it was more like a talking stream, like a stream about me talking, not like a real work stream, but you actually managed to see me. Or, to better put this into words, okay, I managed to show you the new animations for the new model, okay, actually the animations for the new model of the customer, right? So, even though the progress was very little, I'm very satisfied with it, and I'm kind of happy with how it's, like, with the path that it's taken, right? So, yeah, I believe that's it. Sorry if I talked too much. Sorry if I said some kind of offensive stuff. I'm really sorry about that. That was not my intention. That's never my intention. My intention is always to kind of talk about interesting stuff and show you my vision on things. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you don't hate me for my opinion. Sorry. But yeah, I hope that you're liking the customer model. If anything, you can just send feedback. As I said before, I really love feedback. I really need it. And I'll listen to it. I'll listen to all of it. That's the great advantage of being a indie game, is that a indie game developer actually, is that I'll actually give value to your opinions, you know? I'm not, as I said before, it's not like your opinions don't matter. It's the complete opposite. Your opinions matter a lot. A lot more than you think. Really, a lot more than you think. So, this is why I always ask for feedback. If you want to give some feedback, go ahead. I'll be very glad to see it. I'll be very glad to read it. And yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for listening to me. To listen to me just rambling and babbling about random stuff. I like to talk a lot. I really do. So yeah, you may already know that. And sometimes working is kind of slow because of that, but yeah, I hope you don't mind. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Até mais.